Yo, 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 it's your boy Swag and I'm back. Today I'll be talking about All or None Studios 2. Djkenn's second studio was an apartment on 55th and Wabash. It was like a basement apartment, but it was so huge. You know, Chicago known for making huge apartments back in the early 1900s when they was migrating. Like a lot of big families moved to Chicago, so the households was holding like maybe up to like 10 people. They had a lot of more kids back then, so the apartments was huge. Um, all the Keef videos, first videos was done in that apartment. It was said his first video was with E-Day, the Hustle Hard. That was the first official video that was put out on social media, but his first actual video was Do It For My Town, which Djkenn filmed. He had got a camera and he was learning how to like edit videos and he was recording stuff, and he had recorded the Do It For My Town, but it took him a long time to like put it together. Not a long time, but it took him some time to like make sure that was like how he wanted to do it. So it was like a lot of it was a longer process. So the E-Day Hustle Hard remix dropped, and then Do It For My Town dropped like a few days later. So for all the fans that's wondering, like that was the first video that he actually recorded to drop. You know what I'm saying? And that video was filmed in a studio by the furnace. If you see the video, you go back. It was by the furnace in Fredo area. The Bang video was filmed in the backyard. Shout out to D Games for doing that. And then we got In This Bitch. The In This Bitch video, I think that was the video with the most people that I seen them come together. Like it had to be about 100 people. Inside, outside, it was a lot of motherfuckers. That actually was shot in the studio area. The studio area was like one of the biggest parts of the apartment. I say the second biggest part. A part of Fredo on that video was also shot in the studio. It was shot in the walkway when you going into the front door of the apartment. All the bricks that you see behind him in the video, when Chief Keef was behind him, that was the front door, but like the walkway and the bricks. So the entrance door was in between the building next door and his building. Like you come through some steps and you'll go under. So the apartment somehow was built like over the apartment door, but then the building next door was the building that was so close that it just looked like they standing like against a wall, but it's actually another building. And then you can see like the gate in the video or the front entrance door, and then you can tell that it's another building if you listen to what I'm saying now. But you wouldn't know that. You probably just thinking they were standing next to a building, but it's actually the entrance and another building right next door to it. And then he also shot his Cracking video in the second studio. The second studio was so big, like that apartment was big as hell. Like on that his Cracking video, he was in every area of the apartment. You could tell from behind him it's like 2 rooms and the back door, the kitchen area. And I guess if you want to say he was in the living room area, I guess you could say that. But the space was so big right there that it was like just space that you probably won't put nothing. And then it was a bathroom over there. And then in front of Keef in that is Cracking video was the studio area. The studio area, like I said, was the second biggest area in the studio. The booth had its own door where you could go in. It was like the furnace area. So it was pretty big too. Like everything was spacious. And then Chief Keef's Let's Get Money video, it was shot on the front porch of the building. And then in that video you can kind of get a better understanding of the walkway that I'm saying if you want to go check that out. They also did part of that video at the gas station that was on the corner of the block. It was connecting to like a car wash. Back in those days when you seen the video, I don't know if you thought maybe somebody was getting money like that, like too turned up, but that was actually part of the car wash cars. I don't know what kind. I think that maybe it was a Monte Carlo with some rims. I don't know. I don't really know what car it was on top of my head, but you can go back and check that out. They was at the gas station at the car wash. Ken also filmed his first vlog at the second studio. So the vlog was like featuring people that came to the studio. Back at that time, if you came to the studio, then you came to Djkenn studio on the south side. It was busting. I don't know how he maintained the peace and then nobody get hurt. But it was so many different crews and cliques coming to the studio, you know what I'm saying? But that was like one of the biggest studios around 2010, 2000. I don't know exactly which year he moved there, but I know 2010, maybe 2011, maybe 2009, 2010. No, yeah, 2009, 2010. Like, it was one of the biggest studios. At that time, I like the group that came there called Faceworld. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had two monsters on their team. You know what I'm saying? And I liked it. 40 Boy. I thought 40 Boy was gonna be like the next big thing after Keef had blew up. I think he had the best lyrics far as a rapper in the city. I really didn't find out about her till like 2013. Even though her was around and he got older songs with Keef, I never met her until around 2012, 2013. So when I first found out about his music, I'm like, damn, this nigga next to blow. Like, this nigga got the bars, he got everything he fucking need as an artist. The bars, the delivery, even though people say her be all beat, but I think it's his own style, you know what I'm saying? And it's what separates him from everybody else, and that's why he's where he at, because he had his own style, and plus he got them lyrics. Sometimes it could be not the lyric of how you put it together. It could be just what you say, you know what I'm saying? He was involved and around that street shit, so he was able to put it together real good, you know what I'm saying? AON Studios too, I just don't see how it was productive. Like, I don't know how Ken pulled it off, but he had different crews come there. I don't know too much about that area, but I think it's GD's right there on 56 in Wabash, and on 55th in Wabash is where the studio was, and 2 blocks east was Blackgate. So I'm not sure if these two sets was into it. I don't know too much about their business, but I know Blackgate was 2 blocks over, and then it was a GD set right here on 56 in Wabash. But still in all, they made it happen. They came to the studio, they got shit done, they recorded. That was AON Studios too. I got a crazy story. It just popped in my head. I got a crazy story for y'all about AON Studios too. Now, if you've been following me, and I've been telling like my story, I'm kind of going in order. Sometimes I might throw a video out just because it's something I might want to throw out, but I've been going in order. So now we're talking about AON Studios 2. So I lived out of town. So when I first came to AON Studios 2, I seen Fredo the first day I came back. No bullshit. So I'm like, what up, Fredo? He like, what's up, T-Mac? We chopping it up or whatever. So we coolin', Ken rolled up and shit. This was my first time there, so I had just stopped by. So Ken said we finna have a session. So the person that they supposed to be having a session with came in or whatever. So me, I wasn't finna sit there and just listen to the rap and shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to do another productive, so I'm finna get up out of here. So I talked to Ken later on that day. He's like, guess what happened, man? I'm like, what? He like, Fredo disdained the man. So Fredo like, this nigga lame as hell. The nigga he was doing the future with. So He took everything. You know what I'm saying? And what's so crazy is this person is related to a drill producer who's a legend. You know what I'm saying? So Fredo didn't get no fucks. Fredo Savage was always turned up. But yeah, that's AON Studios 2 for you. It's your boy Swag. I'm out.